Hey there, this is Justin with QRA. Today, I'll be showing you QVscribe for Jama. QVscribe has direct integrations with multiple web-based requirement management tools and can interface with virtually any tool or database through QVscribe for Word and QVscribe for Excel. I'm looking at this set of medical device requirements for a pacemaker within QVscribe for Jama. I'll be able to see the results of the QVscribe analysis without leaving Jama. The results can also be exported as a shareable PDF report. QVscribe will be scoring this document based on the software's default configuration. You can think of the default configuration as the starting point for your requirement improvements. It automatically checks for more than 350 common violations based on accepted best practices. Following these guidelines accelerates development, reduces rework, and mitigates project risk. Your situation is unique. That's why we've made it easy for your team to refine these rules to fit your preferences. Your custom configurations are automatically shared across all users and all versions of QVscribe. This allows you to get consistent results from every team at every stage, even when your requirements are scattered across different tools. Let's jump into one example so you can see how easy it can be to improve your requirements. This requirement scores a 1 out of 5 based on the analysis done by QVscribe's default configuration. By clicking on the QVscribe icon, it takes me into a unique workflow where I can improve the quality of the requirements using guidance given by the tool. This requirement reads, well, in duration delay mode, when the ATR detection algorithm determines that atrial tachycardia is over, the system shall enter pace now mode immediately and fallback shall be avoided. As you can see, some issues have been underlined within the requirement themselves, and on my right-hand side, I have the specific guidance of the specific problem types that I've broken, and clicking into them, the guidance on how to improve upon them. Let's look at this first issue first. We have two shall statements. This is not an atomic requirement. The tool is going to recommend that we ensure a single imperative is present in the requirement. Split a requirement with more than one imperative into separate requirements. Requirements should only include one imperative so that they can be acted upon alone, exist on their own, and be able to be verified alone. Because we have two shall statements, we're going to have to change that. We'll do so in a moment. First, let's look at the other issues. We also have a non-specific temporal word, that being immediately. What is immediate to me is not necessarily immediate to you. For that reason, we need to replace this with a specific time and constraint. We'll do so in a moment as well. We have a quality warning in here as well. This hasn't actually affected our score, but it is being brought to our attention because in certain circumstances, it can add complication to the requirement. In this situation, we have passive voice, shall be avoided. The recommendation is to always use active voice in the requirement with the responsible entity clearly identified, but because there are certain circumstances, maybe at a higher level where passive voice is not problematic, we're not going to dock you points for it. Okay, let's fix this requirement. Because I have two shall statements, I'm going to want to either break this into two requirements or determine whether both are appropriate. In this situation, the system shall enter pace now mode immediately and fallback shall be avoided. Fallback being avoided is obvious because the system is entering a different mode, and in doing so, it is avoiding fallback. For this reason, I'm going to erase that second part of the requirement altogether. You can see when I do so, now that my second imperative and my passive voice have disappeared, my score is now up to a 3 out of 5, with one issue remaining, my non-specific temporal word. After I've determined what the appropriate time measurement is for the system entering pace now mode, I'm going to change that and ensure that the engineers in charge of implementation know exactly how quickly the system needs to enter pace now mode. In this situation, we'll say within 0.2 seconds. You can see after I've made that change, we're now to a 5 out of 5 low risk requirement that is atomic and can be verified. I'm able to use Jama's filter feature to only view requirements that match any specific characteristic that Jama allows you to filter by. In this situation, I'm only analyzing those requirements that have been assigned to me. In just a few seconds, QVscribe gives me an objective evaluation of this entire set of requirements. I can then use sort and filter to tackle the issues efficiently and focus on the highest priority issues first. I can jump into any requirement and see the detailed breakdown of the quality score. We have another 1 out of 5 here. We can see that QVscribe has highlighted a number of issues and again, gives me guidance as far as how to improve upon them. I won't do so again, but you can see the value of the quality analysis. QVscribe also has consistency checks to further reduce miscommunications by making it easy to see the terms and units, system of units, used throughout the set of requirements. The similarity analysis shows you the requirements that are most likely to be redundant, contradictory, or missing important information. Within Jama, QVscribe can also be accessed from baselines and the review center function. I hope you've enjoyed this quick tour of QVscribe for Jama. Click the link to schedule a free consultation with our team to see where we can help.